Unit 6. Risk. Track 14.
I think we ought to mention the ATZ project in our prospectus. It's a very exciting venture, and if we're successful, it'll put us in another league in the mining industry. It'll also raise our profile and help us to get finance for other projects. Investors will want to know about this project, surely.
Let's think about this rationally. We haven't signed an agreement yet with ATZ, and maybe we won't. We're still assessing the risks. The area's not politically stable, for one thing. It wasn't so long ago they had a civil war, and thousands of people were killed.
Okay, but you have to take risks to make money. We've grown fast because we're not afraid of taking risks. Let's say calculated risks. Remember Kazakhstan? Everyone was saying it was too risky to invest in the area. So we stayed away. What happened? A few companies went in and they made a fortune there.
Yes, I accept we missed a great opportunity when we stayed out of Kazakhstan, but this share offer, it's a different matter altogether. We don't want investors to hold back from buying our shares just because they think we're a high-risk company, one that's going to go bust soon.
I'd say you're exaggerating a little. Okay, let's give this a little more thought. As you say, we haven't decided yet to sign with ATZ, but it's a decision we're going to have to make pretty soon.
Well, our new business department are doing some research now. They'll report their findings at our next management meeting, and that'll help us to make up our minds.
Working across cultures. 2. Working in new markets. Track 15.
Thanks for coming to my talk today. I know that most of you are here because you have an interest in doing business in Kazakhstan in the future. My purpose today is to give you a basic understanding of the country and of its business culture. Let me start with a few basic facts. Kazakhstan is in Central Asia, and it has a population of just under 15 million. It's a big country, with the 9th largest land area in the world, equivalent in size to Western Europe. It's rich in natural resources, and has received over $40 billion in foreign investment since 1993. A key feature of the country is the diversity of its population. There are more than 100 ethnic groups. The two biggest are the Kazakhs and the Russians, but other ethnic groups include Chechens, Ukrainians, Tatars, Germans, and Koreans, to name but a few. However, Kazakhstan is basically a mix of Russian culture and Kazakh Oriental traditions. I'll give you one striking statistic. 51.8% of the population are Kazakhs and 31.4% are Russian. By the way, Russian is the official language and the language of business. Now, there is one Kazakh tradition which is important when you first meet business people. If you want to make a good impression, you shouldn't immediately talk about business. You should start by asking how they are and how the family is. 2 or 3 questions like that go down well, and then you can start getting down to business. A word now about verbal and non-verbal communication. Usually in Kazakhstan, people keep at arm's length during a conversation. And it's important to keep good eye contact when talking to people. They expect that. Touching is not acceptable in formal situations, especially between members of the opposite sex. When you meet a man, you should shake his hand. Nowadays, it's becoming more common for business and professional women to shake hands, but it's better to wait for a woman to take the initiative in this case. Kazakhstanis tend to speak fairly quietly and less directly than in some other cultures, such as North America. And when someone from Kazakhstan explains something, they may give a lot of background information when answering your question. Be patient, because they want to give you a thorough answer.